Welcome to the Reconciler for AR and AP Media Demo. The purpose of this demo is to give you a walkthrough of the product and a brief overview of its capabilities. The Reconciler for AR and AP is an automated reconciliation tool that highlights the imbalances between the receivables and payables modules and the GL control accounts. It is an invaluable tool developed to aid accountants that validates the transactions for open or closed financial years that have been entered into Dynamics GP through receivables and payables ledgers. Fully integrated with Dynamics GP, it allows drill down from the reconciliation window directly to the source transactions causing the issues. Let's take a look at the software. We start by entering the GL control accounts that we'd like to include within our reconciliation. You choose which series and select the relevant accounts that you'd like to use by using the lookup glass. Once you've entered your control accounts, you're ready to start your first reconciliation. We start by entering the dates for which we'd like to run our reconciliation. And on this occasion, I'm going to choose to run it for a full financial year. We can also then decide if we'd like to include or exclude our opening balances, and I'm going to exclude them this time. First things first, we hit the Calculate button. That then returns the totals of each of the different transaction types that have gone through the sales ledger and the GL control accounts. We then run the cross-tick routine, which does the matching exercise for you and creates as many matches as it can. Show exceptions then allows us just to concentrate on those transactions that haven't found a match. We can then drill down on any of these amounts to see the transactions that have made up the amount. Here we can see we've got multiple transactions, and we can select any of those and drill down to the source document. And from here you can decide why the transaction isn't matched and resolve any problems. Going back to the transaction zoom window, I'd like to draw your attention to these four columns, V, I, M and E. V dictates if the transaction has been voided, and if it has, there'll be a tick in the box. I, if the transaction is included within the general ledger. M, if the account amounts match. So if the transactional amount in the sales ledger equals that within the general ledger, there'll be a tick in the M box here. And E, if we decide to exclude a transaction from any later reconciliations, we can check the relevant tick box here. At the moment, we're viewing just all exceptions, so all the transactions that are potentially causing us an imbalance that we need to rectify. We can change the view to display all transactions, and if I do that, you can now see a number more transactions in the bottom here. And we can see now the checkboxes. So for a transaction that is not a problem, that is fully matched, you'll see two ticks, one in the I column and one in the M column. We also have the option to view different types of transaction here. So if we just want to concentrate on one of those, we can select that, or we can go back to seeing all. And we have sorting functionality to enable you to see the data by various different sort types. Also within this window, we have the ability to export the data either into a report or into Excel. Going back to the main sales reconciliation window, so far we've run a reconcile. We also have the option to run a daybook listing. Again, we would enter the relevant dates and hit the Calculate button. Daybook listing concentrates simply on the sales ledger here, so it ignores any data within the general ledger and just looks at what's gone through the sales ledger for that period of time. And again, you have the drill down to see the transactions that have made up that amount. Let's now take a look at a purchases reconciliation. This time, I'm only going to run it for one single month. So again, I enter the dates And I'm going to include my opening balances, so this time I shall not tick the exclude opening balances checkbox. I shall hit the calculate button, and this time it's going to be looking at the purchase ledger and the details of all transactions that have gone through the purchase ledger during my allotted period, and then the purchase GL control accounts. I shall run the cross-tick process that creates all the matching, and then show exceptions. And again, you'll see now that we've down to smaller amounts that are just the imbalances. And again, we can click on those to give us the details of those particular transactions that are causing our problem. If we concentrate on the top one here, we can see that it has a tick in the I box, so this transaction is included within the general ledger, but no tick in the M box, so the full amount hasn't been posted to the general ledger. Again, we can select the transaction and drill down to the source document. As with the sales reconciliation, we have option to show all transactions, the export options, be able to view various different types of transaction, and also sort by various different criteria. That concludes our demonstration of the reconciler for AR and AP. Thank you for taking the time to watch our demonstration. I hope now that you can see that the reconciler for AR and AP could save you time every month with your month-end processes. If you have any questions or would like to learn any more, please do contact us at admin@m-hants.com or the phone numbers shown here. We look forward to hearing from you.